So today we're going to see Miss Evelyn create some good old bread pudding. Real good bread pudding. She had 75 years of good cooking and good eating. And now this is bread pudding that people always beg for the recipe because it's so good once they taste it. We see some canned milk, some vanilla extract, ground cinnamon, raisins, Land O'Lakes butter, 2 eggs, and that's about it. What we saw last night, she toasted the bread in the oven and crumbled it up to a certain consistency to make it just perfect. Some people use untoasted bread, but as we see, this would be the best bread pudding because we do have toasted bread. These are the pans that the bread pudding will be in. She has some butter resting in the pans to melt as the coat for the pans. And this will make it not stick to the pans, plus give the outside coat a nice finish. We'll see it at the end. So the first can of milk goes in. These are 12-ounce cans, huh?
Shake the milk well before putting it in too.
Oh, shake the milk up before putting it in the bowl. Shake well so it can be well mixed, distributed.
Evaporated milk.
This is evaporated canned milk. 12-ounce cans again. So far we have 3 going in.
I don't waste nothing.
So she's rinsing the cans to get the last bit of milk from them. No waste, no foul. Just as a side note, here's the crazy dog. She just lays by the kitchen waiting for something to come her way.
Cold water.
Yes, and they're rinsed with cold water. So I guess you added about another maybe 2 to 3 ounces with the water. Now we go for the sugar. Is that a 1 cup measurer? Or? Okay, you got 1 cup. Two cups. Yeah.
I'll see.
We'll see. You have to do a little taste test on anything you cook. I always say anyone who cooks without tasting is not a cook. They don't care what they're serving people. So our bowl is pretty big, full already. It's milk and sugar.
The bread and absorb the milk and absorb the bread.
Right.
It was mixed well.
Yeah, we don't want any clumps of sugar anywhere. We want it all to be well distributed. Now we go looking for a tasting spoon. And the taste is on. It's not quite enough sugar. So she goes for more. See, instead of having So that was another half cup of sugar. And we're going to distribute that pretty well. Now vanilla.
8-ounce ball.
You got an 8-ounce bottle? You going to put the whole thing in?
No.
You're going to put it until it turns a certain color?
About half.
Put half. So that would be 4 ounces of vanilla. Imitation vanilla. Got a big bowl here and a lot of... And I actually make 2 puddings out of this. Probably one will have raisins and one won't, I believe. Okay, 2 eggs. Just enough eggs to hold it together, not to make it puffy. These are 2 large eggs. So the stove was preheated, it's 375. So now we're going to mix the eggs really well.
All by hand.
Everything is by hand, huh? In other words, mix well. Get everything incorporated well together. This is the part that they always say is cooking with love. You take time to put that extra oomph into whatever you're cooking. 2 pans are going in the oven to melt the butter. And here comes the bread. Guess that was pre-prepped from last night. It's just ready to go. This is how it looks, and now the bread is going to absorb that yummy liquid. And that's where you get your goodness of the bread pudding. Now, if you added just 6 more slices of bread, because you want a nice thick consistency. You don't want a runny pudding, because you're going to be able to cut it up into pieces and serve it in cut pieces. Pan, we had about 1.5 sticks of butter. And in the smaller, not pan, Pyrex, we have about 1/2 stick. And now, just putting that extra love in it. Stirring it up really good. You want it to be a good consistency. Okay. So now the butter goes into the pudding hot.
It wasn't supposed to be that hot, but...
So now we get that buttery goodness going in. Stir it in really good. So this is the consistency we're looking for. Not too thick or thin going in. When it comes out, it'll be able to cut into pieces and enjoy bread pudding. So she's using a mixing cup to dip out instead of lifting that heavy bowl and trying to pour it in there. So she's lifted out pretty much a bottom layer so far into the Pyrex. Shake it up. So now comes the cinnamon. We were wondering when the cinnamon was coming. And here it comes. So it's on that first layer. And now the second layer goes on. we go with more cinnamon.
Maybe too cinnamon. This is the glaze.
And so now we go with the last layer of our mix.
Ready to go.
And it's still on 375. And this one goes in. This one, I don't think she put cinnamon because she doesn't like cinnamon. Well, here's the little one. It's a little more crispier than the other one. She likes it like that. So, the question is, how did we get from all those basic ingredients to this?